Welcome to a Halloween edition of Star Wars Miniatures Battle Reports on the Crimson Sith channel. This evening we have a different kind of battle a little bit. Kind of another scenario battle, but a little bit different. It's cross time periods. So we have kind of a spooky setup. You may recognize Komari Vosa over there, and you can see that we are in a freight transit station. Flanking her on all sides and behind her are 3 Rakghouls. They were made famous in the KOTOR series. They were a creature that were created by a disease. They're basically diseased beings that turn into a different kind of creature. And it's a very infectious disease. And Komari Vosa was from the video game Bounty Hunter, which Jango Fett was the main character. And she was trained by Count Dooku. So, very different time periods. But her power, one of her natural talents, was to control the minds of the weak and infected specifically. So I'm going to have her controlling the Rakghouls. It'll be her, the Rakghouls, and then I have a Wrangler back there because they have Savage, and his ability keeps Savage characters from having to have the detrimental effects of Savage. So what we're going to have is they are in the train station and they are hunting down a Zerka scientist who is hunched forward and running for her life through this train station. Now it's an active and busy train station, at least on this side. We have a bulk loader droid with a Ugnaught team. There's a Ugnaught tech, Ugnaught supervisor, and a bunch of just regular Ugnaught demolitions experts, or whatever they're called, little 3-pointers. Then we have a Rodanian trader. We have a technician over there with a blaster, Ethani tech, I believe. And then there's a Quarren bounty hunter that just got off the turbo lift, and he's getting ready to come over and seek passage on one of these trams, because it's not just for freight. I mean, there are freight cars here, but there are also passenger cars in here. So what we're going to have is they're all going to get drawn into this battle pretty soon, even though most of them are not aware. And a bunch of Rakghouls are going to come over. But the scary thing about the Rakghouls is they have an ability where if they hit a living enemy, they have... Well, first off, they have Savage, special Savage ability. I guess it's not called Savage. It's some kind of similar to Savage, where they attack, and if the opponent has not activated yet that round, they get to do their full triple attack on them, as long as it's on just that one enemy. And if they hit a living enemy with just one of those attacks, they do an extra 10 damage, and then they have to make a save of 11. And on if they don't make the save, they become a Rakghoul. So the infection can get out of control quite quickly. It's kind of like a scary zombie kind of thing. So it's going to be really interesting. And Komari Vosa's pretty strong too, so it's a really intimidating force. There may only be 4 of them, but it's not too much over here. The Hulk loader droid is going to be a big deal. It has its melee, but it's got reach too, and it has 140 hit points, so it's really strong. A lot of Ugnaughts can heal it. The Quarren bounty hunter is going to be, pretty decent, but Few things of note. The Rodanian trader has an ability where he can hand out grenades, the grenades ability, to different people. So even though those are just weak Ognaughts that have melee, and all they do, the only thing they can do is, from a commander effect, is to blow up if they die. He can at least hand out grenades to them, and then they'll have grenade abilities, which they will need in order to survive this. So without further ado, so getting started, not too much has happened. The Rakghouls moved up, and word got out as the Zerka scientist informed these people of the Rakghouls coming. Some of them moved up to investigate. This guy got handed grenades, the Ugnaught, and then the other Ugnaughts ran over to the trader to get grenades. The trader can only hand out one set of grenades to a character at a time because it takes his entire turn. So that's going to be a slow process because those guys are all going to want those. Oh, and the technician designated some doors as open, or at least the one right there. And these guys satchel charged those two doors. So those doors are permanently open, and then this one is open until this tech designates it as open. There's a lot of door gimmick people in this list as well, so, which is good because there's a lot of doors. Every cart has 4 doors on it, every train car. There's a lot of doors on this map. So already there's been a casualty, but not on the side of the living. They managed to kill a Rakghoul that moved up with Komari Vosa. The load lifter did. He can deal out 40 damage with a melee attack that has a reach of 2 squares, so that's pretty ridiculous. He's going to be their greatest hope of surviving the Rakghoul invasion. Now that Ugnaught has been tag teaming people through the freight cars, so that's been interesting. That Rakghoul kind of slightly got behind them. And then over here, there's another little sneaky devil, because the Ugnaught, or not Ugnaught, the Wrangler, sorry. There was a Wrangler that led him through a door early on, first round, over here, and this guy's been moving through. And he's only 1 door away from getting completely behind their line. And another Ugnaught, the one that's over there now, got handed grenades as well. So he's moving up. 2 people still in line to get grenades. And there's another Ugnaught that's on a transport that still needs grenades. 10 damage was done to the Rakghoul over here by the first Ugnaught that got grenades. He threw a grenade and hit him. And then 10 damage was done to the load lifter by the Rakghoul that hit him, because he was able to do that ambush attack. That's what the ability is called. So yeah, if these Rakghouls get initiative, they're going to be really scary. If they can get their hands on some biologicals. It's worth mentioning there are some people that have tech repair, industrial repair, and they can also repair droids or whatever, a bunch of repair features. So they could repair the load lifter. He has a ton of health though, so not sure if it'll be necessary. But it's about to kick off. So it's getting interesting. Over here to start, there was a Ugnaught that went over. He got right in the Rakghoul's way, right in front of him. Kind of sacrificed himself. Threw a grenade at the Rakghoul and hurt him. Got in his way, like I said. And then on the Rakghoul's turn, he attacked him. But he has self-destruct because of the technician, or the leadership guy. I can't think of his name. Supervisor. the Ugnaught supervisor. And so he killed the Rakghoul when he died, but he failed the save against the Rakghoul virus. So he became a Rakghoul himself. So he killed the Rakghoul that infected him, but he became one himself as he died. And the Wrangler had to come out, and I don't believe the Wrangler was successful in his grenade, but Komari Vosa really messed up that droid. It has 50 damage now. It had 10 from earlier, but it got 40 from her, because she has twin attack and a lot of shenanigans. So she's going to be a menace. And this Rakghoul had to stop at the door, so he's kind of stuck. And he took a grenade, I think. Or no, he shrugged off the grenade. The save didn't... he saved it. And then this Ugnaughts trying to find... This is the technician Ugnaught. He looks like the other ones because he's wearing red, but he's different. He has... he's the one that can heal the droid. One of the ones. He recently got grenades this round. So there's only 2 people that don't have grenades. Only one over there by the Rodanian. The other one is... Oh, dead. That's right. Another Ugnaught died. There was a guy that didn't have grenades, and he did get killed by the grenade that the Wrangler threw. And the Quarren bounty hunter tried to take another shot at Komari Vosa. He gets an extra +2 against named targets. That's why he's trying to hit her. But she has really good defense, and it's just looking like she might be a little OP for this battle. I don't know. So anyway, on to the next round. This game is making me nervous. It's scary. I'm not even a character in the game, and I'm nervous for them. Komari Vosa is doing really good. She took 10 damage, I believe. Oh yeah, this Ugnaught tech snuck up behind her and hurt her. And the load lifter has been kind of failing to hit her, so that's not going good. She went and lopped the head off the bounty hunter over there. That's a callback to the video game when they're talking about her lopping the heads off them Jedi. But yep, the Rakghouls over here, you'll notice there's another one on the field. The one in the middle of the car went up and struck the Ithani technician, and she got converted over to a Rakghoul. She failed the save. And the Zerka scientist was in there and held the door open while because the Rodanian trader gave grenades to this Ugnaught supervisor, and then the supervisor went up while the door was still open, getting held by the scientist, threw a grenade in there at the farthest Rakghoul, and it hurt both of them for 10, and then the scientist punched the Rakghoul that was closest, to the camera, and did another 10. So it's down to 10 hit points left, but they're still pretty scary. And then after she got away, she ran over to the trader, so that next turn the trader can give her grenades, which is good because it's about to come down to everyone. Plus, she can give people that do 20 damage with a blaster the ability Jolt, but that doesn't matter anymore because all those people are dead. But she can also give people that only give 10 damage and have a blaster, which now is only the Rodanian trader, twin attack. So he can do pretty good by her, and he can help her out this turn. But the important thing to note is too that door is now shut, because it was being held open by first the Echani, but the Echani turned, so she's treated as defeated. The door closed. Well, the door was held open still by the scientist, but then the scientist moved, and now it is closed. So that door is closed. These two are blasted open. Not to mention, I believe that load lifter is holding that door. Well, the door isn't there anymore. So that's kind of where we're at on the doors. Oh yeah, and I missed an attack because that Rakghoul did not attack yet. That Rakghoul got hit by that guy, and then he's rushing forward to block him again, kind of daring him to, to kill him. Because if he gets killed, that's gonna do damage to the Rakghoul. So I will do that attack to officially finish the round, but I'll just come back in after we did a complete another round. This is looking pretty dire. The Rakghoul infestation is getting out of control. The scientist gained grenades, but the Ugnaught leader was killed before he even attacked, before he got to do anything. And he became a Rakghoul himself. He did take the Rakghoul out upon his death, though. But the Rakghoul took his place because he became one when he died. So, yep. The tech backed up over here. He threw a grenade and hit Komari Vosa, and then backed out of the train. He's within range of getting attacked next turn, potentially. The trader's kind of open. The trader is going to have to run for his life. The scientist is back by this door. She's opened it. So the load lifter took 40 damage from Komari Vosa. It's hurting badly. It's at 90 damage out of 140. So it's not looking great for the living. And Komari only has 20 damage out of 80 hit points, so she has 60 remaining. If the droid gets a crit on her, though, I guess she's dead, because that's 80 damage. He does a lot, so all it takes is the droid rolling a 20, but, I mean, 1 in 20 chance. So, we'll see. And I just had a minor freak out. I was just talking about the load lifter needing to roll a 20. He did it. And he did it before Komari Vosa had her attack. Because they did the Rakghouls first. And I don't half believe it. That was unbelievable. And I was just saying, because a lot of people died this turn. There's not too many people left. And I was just saying the load lifter has to lift some load. And he started it. So he killed Komari Vosa with a crit. So he did 80 damage to her. She only had 60 left. So these Rakghouls that are out there are both wounded. This one has 10 hit points left. This one has 20 left. The scientist died but didn't turn. The other Ugnaughts that died, or the Ugnaught tech that died, didn't turn. So that's good. They did kill one of the Rakghouls. I forgot who killed him. I think it was the grenade that killed him or something, or the combo with the... Oh no, the Rodanian shot him. He got twin attack with... he got twin attack because of the scientist. So at least she did something before she died. That's cool. So anyway, it's going to be just 2 Rakghouls versus the load lifter and the trader. This is going to be interesting. The last biological is the trader. If he gets infected and turns, then that's another Rakghoul that the load lifter is going to have to crush. But the load lifter can do 40 damage in a single attack, which is enough to one-hit them. So there can only be a maximum of 3 Rakghoul left in this game, and he can one-hit them. But they do have triple attacks, so it's going to be really interesting. So that was a quick one. Load lifter just maneuvered over here. The Rodanian trader ran up and shot the wounded Rakghoul that only had 10 hit points left and killed him. The remaining Rakghoul started chasing the trader. He only got 1 attack because the trader was able to go first because of rolling initiative, and so he was not He rolled poorly. Rakghoul rolled a 4. That's only a 9. Rodanian had 14 defense, so did not take him. So no new Rakghouls. Biological is still alive. It's big on initiative. If the Rakghoul gets initiative, he's probably going to kill the trader because it's going to be a lot of attacks. He'd have to dodge 3 attacks. And that's very, very unlikely there because they're pretty strong. So I think it's really going to come down to initiative here on if the living survive. The rounds are quick now. The trader got to go first, took a running shot at him. He's still trying to figure out where to run to. The load lifter covered for him and moved in the way. He couldn't move and attack in the same turn though because he's heavy machinery. So he just kind of got in the way of the Rakghoul. And yeah, I forgot about that, so it's going to be really tough. Yeah, I'm not sure. The Rakghoul has to take 20 damage to get killed, and if he avoids the load lifter, he's not going to get the damage from him. Interesting round. The Rodanian trader got initiative. The Hulk loader tried to kill him the Rakghoul first, and failed. The trader shot at him, also missed. Rakghoul just decided to stay there since he was adjacent to the load lifter, did triple attack, hit 2 of the 3 attacks. Load lifter has 20 health left. Man, this is another nail biter. This is pretty scary. The reason why the Rakghoul stayed there is he wasn't going to have an attack if he moved. The trader was just 1 extra space away because of the advantage that he had from the load lifter a couple turns ago. That was pretty huge. But now Rakghoul's behind the box because the trader moved back so far. So the trader has to move back if he's going to help the load lifter. So it's going to be interesting. Okay, this game is turned around in a hurry. The Rakghoul won initiative, killed the load lifter. He got triple attack, and he only got through 2 of them, and he got enough damage to kill him. The Rodanian trader had to get out of the car again to be able to shoot around that massive crate, and he couldn't do it. He couldn't kill the Rakghoul. He couldn't even hit him. Rakghoul has 20 hit points, so that Rodanian needs to score a crit on him to 1-hit him, or just hit him twice regular to kill him, because he only does 10. And he doesn't have twin attack anymore because he only got that as a commander effect from the scientist. So I think it's swung back very strongly in the Rakghoul's favor. And now he's going to chase the trader through the train station. The threat continues. The Rodanian took a pot shot at the Rakghoul and ran into the train car. He had the door propped open for last turn, but then when he moved away, it closed it, and then he moved to the other side and opened the other door. So now that Rakghoul's at that door and reopened it, but he couldn't get to the guy. It's going to come down to initiative. If that Rakghoul gets initiative, he will get the Rodanian. The Rodanian needs to win the initiative roll-off again just to stand a chance. The Rodanian won initiative, but it only prolongs the inevitable. He's looking around desperately for somewhere to run. He failed again to shoot. Well, he shot at him, but he missed again at the Rakghoul. So the Rakghoul is still chasing him. He needs to get out of there, or at least just keep running. There's nothing to really between them anymore. Rakghoul had to stop at the door, but it's open now. So there's not too many places to run. He just is gonna keep running down the corridors. The Rodanian is turning to run. He took a shot at the Rakghoul and missed. Well, it would have hit, but the Rakghoul had cover because he was on that box trying to get to him. So it was just enough. It was super close. Just enough defense on the Rakghoul side with the bonus. So the Rodanian missed. Rakghoul moved right up to him. There's no more doors to save the Rodanian. This is super scary. So it's going to come down to initiative again, but the interesting thing is there's no doors to save the Redanian. He should have ran to a door last turn. That was a tactical mistake. Redanian basically not only has to win initiative, he has to then, after winning initiative, kill the Rakghoul on his attack, or he will die unless the Rakghoul rolls a 1 on his attack. There were no survivors in the train station this day. The traitor did get the initiative roll he needed, but he failed in his attack. And then the Rakghoul ran over, and he was not as unfortunate on his attack. And he killed him, and he converted him. And now there are 2 Rakghouls left unopposed in the train station, with no one to stop them. This is the fate of all the living, if someone can't come together and stop the Rakghoul threat. So, in hindsight, some droids would have been great. More droids than 1, but I wanted to, give the Rakghouls a chance because I thought they were going to suffer, but they did not. The ability to convert biologicals to your team is huge. That cannot be understated enough. So anyway, I hope everyone has a happy October and they enjoy their Halloween season. I know I do. And apart from liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel and suggesting what kind of videos you want to see, make sure in the Halloween season you watch out for Rakghouls out there.